thought I'd do a little update. We've actually ran out of YouTube videos, so we will be up to date when we're releasing them, which is quite nice and quite different, I suppose. And I don't think I've done an update since we had our final session not final session, our exciting end of financial year session at Tottenham Creative Hub, which I think I was like, I've got loads to do, I need to do streamers and all that kind of thing in the ceiling. And yeah, it's been a few weeks, which has been really weird how that's happened. So it is now the 15th of April, which is crazy. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks. And so to update first, that session went beautifully. The streamers did attach to the ceiling, but I didn't use masking tape. I ended up putting them inside the ceiling tiles, which was Lee's recommendation, so they were happy with that. And then what else did we have? So we had streamers, we had songs. The Boom Chicka Boom song didn't go down well. It was like too much. It was just the adults doing it. It was too much. I don't know, I was cringing hard a little bit because everyone sung it, and I was trying to keep like the dynamics up, but then the song goes like it's like, do it in a Pepper voice, do it underwater voice and stuff, and I got to the Pepper voice bit, which was like one version more than I wanted to, and I was like, nah, this is now cringy. Like I saw someone being like, oh, this is weird, and then I thought, oh no, I've got to fade it out. So that song I've taken off that lesson plan. What else did we have? We had really great, it wasn't Chia, it was something really great, like guaranteed. Was it? I mean, it was chia seed, because I was like, I'll do it as my final session, and I said it didn't look great, but I was going to try and do it. I mean, they actually really enjoyed playing with it, and it was different, and it's probably the most, like, I would push the group out of their comfort zone, out of my comfort zone. But the tidy up was just really annoying, because they did it was like globby. It was almost like frog spawn, and it just stuck to clothes and legs and things. So like you could wipe it with a wet wipe, but the wetness didn't help. It was just incredibly sticky. Even rinsing it. So basically, people were like, they weren't like really immersed in it. There were a couple of children that did get really immersed in it, but there were a couple that were just like, nah. So it wasn't great. And then I took it home, and instead of like rinsing off all the bits first, I had like a tablecloth covered in this chia. I just put it in the wash thinking the heat will take it off and it'll just run down the drain, like, and it'll be like, well, it's really like liquid, so it'll be fine. It did not do that. It was almost like those sticky plants that you get stuck to you when you walk through one of those sticky bushes, and they came out. So I put in like a tablecloth, and some of the aprons, and I think a towel, which was all used, so it all had the stuff on it. But then I also chucked in like some socks or something from our washing, just because they needed to go in, and just to fill the drum up. And the socks got absolutely covered, like there were thousands of chia seeds. So I picked chia off of like off of some of the bits that I wanted to keep, but like the socks I just binned, because I was like, I'm going to be here for ages. And as it was, I spent 40 minutes hand picking tiny chia seeds that were everywhere, and I thought it's going to look like the children have got nits, but not as in my children, because their clothes have got these little dots on, and if I put them back into their cupboards and then in the wash again with other stuff, it's just going to spread. So I just binned the socks, and I actually binned the tablecloth thinking about it. And then I put a post out and was like, if you haven't washed your children's clothes yet, please rinse them off first in the garden. I said, I've been traumatized by how hard this chia seed has been to get off. So like, and I wasn't sure it was worth the playtime that they had. So I kind of invited them to tell me if they thought it was. And actually, when I saw them again the following week, they made a laugh about it, but they weren't like, that was awful and really annoying. And I said, oh, I've been expecting dry cleaning bills. And they were like, don't worry about it, it's fine. So I think I probably had the worst of it, because I had so much stuff, different items that had the chia seed on. But I then was like, do I do it again for the session in Burndown, which is where I'm next supposed to use it? And we found a card in the Inspire My Play sensory cards, because I think I bought like the older pack, which are for 3 to 5 years rather than like babies, or 0 to 18 months and 18 months to 5 years. And that's when you turn chia seed into animal swamps. So me and my girls went out foraging on Upton Heath, because we'd not been there before, and we got leaves and flowers and sticks and things, and then created like an animal swamp. So it was much more about like the scene and the small world than about like running your hands through the chia seed. So we did do it again, and that time I put down bin liners. So I just binned the bin liners, and I was meant to take plastic bags for people to take their clothes home in, but I just said to them, like, and I forgot them, but I said, just please hose off your clothes before you put them like in with your washing. So I think it was okay. I think we got around it. And the second time around, because I like just embraced how disgusting it looks, it was just like green, like really bright green and browny. It wasn't a problem because it was a swamp. Whereas like the way that it was portrayed on the 18-month cards was like different sections of like almost rainbow chia, and I just couldn't get that colour. And I tagged Inspire My Play to see if they would answer about how they achieved that colour, and they just didn't answer. So yeah, so that was an update from that. But we had a really full session of people. People were really it was just really lovely. The energy was really, really lovely, because we'd kind of made it through 36 sessions or whatever it was. So yeah, really proud of myself and the team for achieving that. And then we've had a couple of weeks since then, and actually the sessions have continued to be quite high. I'm just checking I'm in the right lane. Quite successful, that's what I'm trying to say. They've been quite successful. So we've had we must have had a couple since then. I can't remember. I mean, it's been a bit of a blur, because we finished off the Parenthood. We made that run an extra session, which was good. And then we finished off the Totton Creative Hub first round of funding, started a new round of funding. Last week I did well, that was it. So we did dry play the next week, and it was salt. Yeah, the salt was really cool. Really cool. So much so we repeated it at Poole Museum, which was due to be some other session, but it was Easter, so it was all Easter inspired the last couple of weeks, and it's been just really lovely. And we've had like a little like hunt for your bunnies and chicks inside crinkled orange paper in boxes, and sing like all the different bunny songs with actions, which they love. So the engagement has been really good. The books have been really nice. Just the vibes have been good, and we've had more people because of older siblings come in. We've actually had less people in Totton, but more people in, I'd say, Poole Museum and Ferndown, which is helping spread the word. So like last week we had 11 children in Ferndown, which was amazing. Whether or not they'll come today, I don't know. That's where I'm driving to now. I don't expect they will. I imagine it was a bit of a spike, but it's just really good to know that and it's being well received. So today we are playing with lentils and black beans, which in like a gardening format. So there's like little pots, and there's some plant, like real flowers, and some little felt butterflies and snails and things like that, which looks really really like attractive, and is no mess, like a bit like the salt, because it just brushes off. And yeah, that went down really well in Totton on last week, but the beans were kept separate to the lentils, because the beans are obviously bigger and more of a choking hazard, so I wanted lentils as well. But now they've all been mixed, and I just haven't separated it, because I'm kind of just hoping that people keep an eye on their children. So in a way I'm hoping that we don't have 11 people, because it'll be harder to keep track of the beans, which went everywhere. Like they were actually a trip hazard, a slip hazard, because they weren't just on the mat, they were everywhere. And the cleanup was really hard in Totton, because they don't have a broom and you couldn't hoover them up. I think they now have a broom. They've realised how often I need one, I think. Although I was going to buy one myself, I was going to go to Poundland last week, but then Ali and Lee needed to leave the hub, so I had to get out quickly. But yeah, that went really well. I'm just hoping that that we don't have any chokes today. So it's all very like dingle dangle scarecrow, old MacDonald had a farm sort of vibes. And then it looks like Poole Museum are looking to get a bit more funding to continue there. So yeah, it's all going well. Capacity has freed up slightly, so I've written an impact report for the parenthood group, which was the young parents sessions, which went really well. I think we had 13 children and 16 adults or something like that, which is amazing. And we had people every week, which obviously I've done sessions before, we haven't had anyone. I've sponsored an ad for Wiggles and Giggles, which I think has made the difference with the spike in Ferndown. But obviously you don't get back the investment, like maybe it helped to launch it, I don't know. We'll just see how we go. People are coming back anyway, like we've got like a little group of regulars building, so we just need to keep going without pressure. And I really need to do this contract for myself, which I've been saying for ages. So I'm going to try and do it today. I've got a couple of meetings today online, but otherwise I'm just at home after Wiggles and Giggles today. I thought I'd gone down the wrong road then. So yeah, I can't believe I'm about to deliver a session. I haven't looked at the lesson plan. It's getting so much easier to just like bust one out, just to pack the car and go and know that everything's there. But in my head I'm like, I must have forgotten something. I dropped the children at nursery this morning and I forgot their bags and their snowsuits, so I just literally had the children and I was like, I'll come back past on the way to work and I'll drop the stuff. So I feel like it's a little bit of one of those days. I can't believe it's Tuesday again, but I think it's just been really busy time, but it is definitely easing off. I'm working really well with Loon, who is doing some brilliant admin support work, so we're getting some bits up on the website that we've wanted to get up for a while. I've got Loon and Becky covering lessons soon, or sessions, so it feels like there's a bit more of a team building, so it's sort of starting to pay off. We just need to get some funding in so that we can cover the outgoings basically that I'm kind of committing to. But yeah, so that is my update anyway for now. I might do another one later, depends on what we get done. Need to look at some different funding, so I think priorities later will be doing the contract and looking at some funding. Yeah, that's it. I hope you're really well and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Make sure you check out the documents on the Creatives Toolbox on Wakey Wakey Arts, because hopefully there's some useful stuff on there about DBSs and freelancing and things like that. And if there's anything else that's needed, please just let us know, because we have the kind of Loon has capacity to do stuff to support people in the industry, and that's something that we really want to keep doing. So yeah, lovely. All right, I will speak to you soon. Bye.